Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, it's time for Super Bowl 54, and we'll send you now to Miami, standing by to call their fourth Super Bowl together. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you for this one. And Charles, the Ravens, they've done some more Ravens taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you for this one. And Charles, the Ravens, they've done it again. Champions of the AFC. Remember, they won Super Bowl 47 back in February of 2013, but had not won so much as a playoff game since then.
And remember, the franchise moved from Cleveland, but they started as a true, fresh franchise. They didn't take the Browns with them. They became the Ravens. That was 1996. Won a Super Bowl over the Giants. Was that Super Bowl 35 in Tampa. They've won it twice overall, trying to win another one. And there's always a trademark when you think about the Ravens, right? The way they play defense, the way they run the football, how tough and hard-nosed they are as an organization. Trying to do it one more time.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they are back again in the big game. It's their fourth appearance, but all coming since the year 2000, Charles.
They've been in it 3 times total, right? Lost 2 prior, right? Lost once in Detroit to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember, Mike Holmgren was the head coach of that team. And then they lost that heartbreaker to the New England Patriots when Russell Wilson was picked off. But the win, oh, it was magnificent. That was back in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area, Super Bowl 48. And remember, they just rolled over the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning in that one. They'd like to have that kind of performance again in this one. And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now, being chased out left. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Jackson, always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson, forced out to his left. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. From the 29, Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? He can run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the balls, the nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game? But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ingram again, a first down carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
He's going to find his tight end ball. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. This time Jackson will throw it, escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken short. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Seahawks back out of the field here, getting set for their next drive. You know, this is a team that, great record this year, double digits and wins again, but they have played a lot of close games in 2019, haven't they?
They think it's character building, and they think it's going to serve them well come the cauldron of the playoffs. That when you play those intense games, those close games, they've been there before. Look at them. They beat the Steelers by 2. They beat the Bengals by 1 on opening day. How about the game against the Browns? Just by 4 against them on the road. A field goal better than the Niners in overtime. So they've been there. They understand it. There's an author named Angela Duckworth who wrote a book called Grit a few years ago. Pete Carroll, the head coach, really bought into that and that idea of having a gritty, tough team. And we've seen evidence of it in 2019.
That's a great point, though. Come playoff time, if it's a one-score game down the stretch, they're not going to be daunted. On second and a couple, Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll roll him out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wilson. It's caught. Block it. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw again is Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on second down. Wilson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, you know, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
on plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A gain there of 21 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
The ball comes out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. They'll run here with Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that third element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. On 1st down, Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 38-yard line.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for him, too.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They run the counter. Carson. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. That hold coming from the middle of the line to center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. He finds Ursua. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. John Ursua, 34 yards. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flushed out right. He's got Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the jet sweep, here comes more. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away to his left. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So Wilson and the Seahawks down 21-14. A little under a minute 50 remaining. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on 1st down. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll look to throw. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down. He's back to throw. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
And will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw. Open man is Ursua. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Wilson to throw. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in their most remarkable.